In today's digital age, healthcare providers generate and store massive amounts of sensitive patient data every single day. From electronic health records to diagnostic images, test results, prescriptions, and billing information, the reliance on digital systems is unavoidable. But with this reliance comes a huge responsibility: safeguarding patient data in a way that ensures both security and compliance with strict regulations such as the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, better known as HIPAA. That's where cloud backup plays a crucial role. In this video, we are going to explore cloud backup for healthcare, why it's essential, and how organizations can remain fully HIPAA compliant while leveraging the advantages of modern cloud technology. Let's start by understanding the challenge healthcare organizations face. Traditional data storage methods, such as on-premises servers or physical backup systems, are vulnerable to hardware failures, natural disasters, cyber attacks, and even human error. In fact, data breaches in healthcare have been rising at an alarming rate. A single breach can expose thousands or even millions of patient records, leading to legal consequences, financial penalties, and most importantly, loss of trust. Healthcare is one of the most targeted industries for cybercriminals, and this makes secure and reliable backup solutions not just an option, but a necessity. This is where cloud backup comes in. Cloud backup refers to storing data securely on remote servers maintained by a third-party provider. These backups are automated, encrypted, and can be accessed from multiple locations, providing healthcare providers with an extra layer of security and peace of mind. The beauty of cloud backup is that it reduces the reliance on in-house infrastructure, eliminates single points of failure, and allows for scalable storage as patient data continues to grow. However, when dealing with healthcare data, it is not enough to simply back up information to the cloud. Any cloud solution must adhere strictly to HIPAA requirements. So, what does HIPAA compliance mean in this context? At its core, HIPAA establishes national standards for protecting sensitive patient health information. This includes the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of electronic protected health information, also called ePHI. For cloud backups to be HIPAA compliant, providers must follow several specific rules. First, there's the security rule, which mandates administrative, physical, and technical safeguards for ePHI. That means backup data must be encrypted during transfer and while stored on the cloud servers. Access controls must be in place to ensure that only authorized personnel can view or restore backups. Regular audits and monitoring must be conducted to detect unauthorized access attempts. And organizations must have detailed policies and procedures for handling data. Second, there's the privacy rule, which ensures that patient information is used and disclosed only for authorized purposes. Any cloud provider working with healthcare organizations must agree to follow HIPAA regulations. This brings us to the concept of a business associate agreement, or BAA. Under HIPAA, if a healthcare provider works with a third-party vendor, such as a cloud backup provider, that vendor is considered a business associate. Both parties must sign a BAA, which legally obligates the vendor to protect patient data in compliance with HIPAA standards. Without this agreement in place, even the most secure backup solution would not be considered compliant. Third, HIPAA requires healthcare organizations to have a disaster recovery and data availability plan. Cloud backup directly supports this requirement by ensuring that data is available even in the event of hardware failure, ransomware attack, or natural disaster. For example, if a hospital's local servers are compromised, cloud backup allows them to restore critical patient data quickly and minimize disruption to patient care. Now that we understand the regulatory side, let's discuss the practical benefits of cloud backup in healthcare. One of the biggest advantages is security. Reputable cloud backup providers use advanced encryption technologies, multi-factor authentication, intrusion detection systems, and 24/7 monitoring to keep data safe. This level of security is difficult for many healthcare organizations to maintain on their own. Another major benefit is scalability. As patient records grow year after year, healthcare providers can easily expand their cloud storage without investing in new physical servers. This is both cost-effective and future-proof. Cloud backup also offers accessibility. Authorized staff can restore data from anywhere, ensuring continuity of care. Imagine a scenario where a clinic is hit with a ransomware attack and loses access to its files. With a secure cloud backup, the organization can restore the affected data and resume operations without paying criminals or risking further exposure. Furthermore, cloud backup solutions often include automated scheduling, which reduces the risk of human error. Backups run in the background, ensuring data is consistently updated without requiring manual oversight. This is especially important in healthcare, where data is constantly being generated and updated. Of course, choosing the right cloud backup provider is critical. Not every cloud service is HIPAA compliant. Healthcare organizations must carefully evaluate providers based on several factors. First, does the provider sign a business associate agreement? If not, they cannot be considered. Second, what security measures are in place? Encryption, access controls, and monitoring should be non-negotiable. Third, does the provider offer clear disaster recovery options and guaranteed uptime? Fourth, is the solution scalable to meet future growth? And finally, what support and training options are available to ensure that staff can properly use and manage the system? It is also important for healthcare organizations to conduct their own risk assessments and document compliance efforts. HIPAA compliance is not just about technology. It's about processes, policies, and accountability. A cloud backup provider can provide the tools, but healthcare organizations must still implement internal safeguards such as staff training, access management, and incident response plans. Another critical aspect is audit readiness. HIPAA enforcement includes audits and investigations. Having proper logs, reports, and documentation from a cloud backup provider can make the difference between proving compliance or facing penalties. Many providers offer detailed audit trails, showing who accessed what data and when. This transparency is invaluable for compliance. Let's also address some common misconceptions. Some healthcare providers worry that storing data in the cloud means losing control. In reality, HIPAA-compliant cloud providers design their systems so that healthcare organizations remain the data owners, while the provider ensures secure storage and compliance. Another misconception is that cloud backup is too expensive. While there are costs involved, the expense of a HIPAA violation or the loss of patient trust after a breach is far higher. In many cases, cloud backup actually reduces long-term costs by eliminating the need for physical storage upgrades and IT maintenance. To sum it all up, cloud backup for healthcare is not just about convenience, it's about compliance, security, and resilience. By working with HIPAA-compliant providers, signing a proper business associate agreement, and implementing strong internal safeguards, healthcare organizations can protect patient data, avoid costly penalties, and ensure continuity of care even in the face of disasters. As technology continues to evolve, the volume of healthcare data will only increase. Those who adopt secure, compliant cloud backup solutions now will be better prepared for the future. Healthcare is ultimately about saving lives, and protecting patient information is a critical part of that mission. So, if you're a healthcare professional or IT manager in the medical field, take a closer look at your backup strategies today. Ask yourself, are your backups secure, compliant, and ready for the unexpected? If the answer is no, then it's time to consider a HIPAA-compliant cloud backup solution. Because when it comes to patient data, there's no room for compromise. That wraps up our deep dive into cloud backup for healthcare and HIPAA compliance. If you found this video useful, be sure to share it with others in the healthcare industry who could benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on healthcare technology, compliance, and data security.